Hi besties, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Rachel and welcome to a very exciting video. So today besties, we are going book shopping. I am so excited. I have not been book shopping in a minute. I've actually been keeping a list on my phone of books that I want to buy for such an occasion, and the time is here. The time is now. I'm so excited to buy some books today and bring you guys along for it. So my plan is to go to an indie bookstore first, and I'm going to try to get as many of the books that I'm hoping to buy at this indie bookstore. But if there are any books that I really want to get that are not at this indie bookstore, we will of course go to Barnes after. I have quite an array of books, mostly fantasy or fantasy romance, of course, but I've also have quite a few literary fiction titles that I'm interested in picking up. I've just been thinking about wanting to incorporate another genre into my reading, and literary fiction is a genre that I have enjoyed in the past and I would like to explore more. I went on like a whole deep dive the other night at like 1 in the morning, just like reading all these articles about all of these amazing literary fiction books, and I added them all to the list. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that it would be really great to incorporate just some different genres in between all the fantasies that I read. But of course, this is a fantasy and fantasy romance house, so most of the books that I'll be getting today will be in those genres. But I'm excited to shake things up and get an interesting array of books. So I'm not going to read all of the books on my list because there's quite a few, but a few notable titles that I would like to pick up. Number 1, Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I still do not own a physical copy of that book and I really need to. I did read an e-arc of it before it came out, but I need the physical book in my hands and on my shelves because that is one of my favorite fantasy romances. I also of course need Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. I cannot believe that I have not picked this book up yet, but I've been saving it for this video. Sally Rooney is my favorite like non-fantasy or romance author. I am just obsessed with her books. I have given all of them 5 stars. I have very high hopes for Intermezzo, so I'm really excited to pick that up. And then I'm also thinking about picking up Phantasma. I also want to pick up Air by Sabaa Tahir. I'm also contemplating picking up An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I have not read that series, but I know it's like such a well-loved YA fantasy series, and I'm curious about it. I've seen a lot of people gushing about it, particularly my friend Tyler. I know that he just finished the series and he is just so in love with it, and he and I have pretty similar taste, so I'm curious about that one as well. So those are just a few of the books that I want to pick up today, but we will see where the book gods take me. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So no further delay, let's go book shopping. Hi friends. Okay, so I am at the first bookstore I'm about to go in. I changed, by the way. That sweater kept falling off of my shoulder and it was driving me nuts. I am now very comfy and cozy, very much in my PNW uniform. We're about to go in. The parking lot is super busy and crazy, so I fear that there are a lot of people in the bookstore, which I still, you know, filming in public is not, you know, I get stage fright. I do, okay? But I will do it for you guys. I mean, it's mostly gonna be B-roll, but I'm excited though. I haven't been to this bookstore in like quite a while, like at least a year, if not more. So we are gonna have a good time. So I will see you guys in there. Hi friends. Okay, so first bookstore. Oh, someone's pulling in next to me. Hold on a second. Alrighty, gone. First bookstore done. I did some damage. I got some really amazing books that I'm so excited for. I'm gonna do a haul when I get home, but I cannot stress to you guys how loud it was in there and how many people were in there. Oh my god. I forgot that this bookstore also has like a restaurant in it. So needless to say, I was overwhelmed, overstimulated at the bookstore, but we had success. I got some really great books and I'm really excited about them. We still need, I didn't see Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I definitely want to get that. And I also want to, A Reign of Rose by Kate Golden came out, which is the finale of the Sacred Stones trilogy. I didn't even realize that was coming out like now. For some reason I thought it was November. So that's out. So I want to grab that and then we'll see what else we can get up to. But yeah, that was a successful indie bookstore trip. So now we're gonna go to Barnes. Hopefully I will be able to grab some of these books. Hopefully they have them. And yeah, let's go to Barnes. Hi friends, so I am back from the bookstore and I have to say, I kind of killed it. I am so excited about all of these books. I have heard amazing things about them, either from people online or some of my friends in real life who have read some of these books that I cannot wait to start them. So let me just quickly go through all the books that I got. I'm not gonna go too in depth with the plot because chances are I'm going to vlog most of these books at some point, but let's just run through all these books that I got and I'll give you guys some thoughts on them. Starting with the books that I got from the indie bookstore. The first one is The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell. This is a historical fiction and this is set during the Italian Renaissance. We are following the third daughter of a Grand Duke. She ends up being forced into a marriage with another duke and she didn't really think that she was going to have to engage in political or court life because she is the third born, but her life does turn upside down and she does end up kind of embarking on this new life. So I think this book sounds really great. I'm super looking forward to it. The next book I got is My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. So this book was put onto my radar because it was named the best book of the 21st century so far by the New York Times. Obviously, like, that is subjective. Who can say what the best book is? However, some of my in real life friends have read this book and they were like, no, this is actually like an incredible book and you should read it. I decided to pick it up. This is another book set in Italy during the 1950s and it follows two friends and chronicles their lives. The next book I got is Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. So this is a generational saga and it takes place during the 20th century. We're following a Korean family living in Japan and just following their lives as their family changes, love, heartache, grief, and it's supposed to be really beautifully written. I have just been craving, I think, books with a little more depth. So right now I'm just kind of in a season of like trying to seek out more books that are going to really impact me and just make me feel something. And I have had a few friends read Pachinko and they said that that is exactly what it was like for them. So I really hope to have that same experience. The next book is a book that I know is going to do that for me, and that is Intermezzo by Queen Sally Rooney. This book is already 5 stars. If you see me give this book less than 5 stars, even if it's like a 4.5, please know that I am gutted. Please know that I am not okay because I have given every Sally Rooney book 5 stars. She is, as I said earlier, my favorite non-fantasy or romance author. I think that she is brilliant. Her words connect to me in such a specific way and she just gets me. I just love her. I am very parasocial about Sally Rooney. Like, she is my friend and she is amazing and yeah, she's just everything to me. So when I heard that she had a book coming out this year, I was like, thank God, because it's been, I think, 2 years since Beautiful World, Where Are You came out, so we were very due for a Sally Rooney book. This book I know does follow brothers and it explores love and grief and family, the typical topics that are usually handled in Sally Rooney's books, and I just know it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Also, this cover is really cool. I really like the chess pieces and yeah, I just can't wait to read this. The next book that I got at the indie bookstore is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabati Here. I did not realize that this series had new covers. It took me like 15 minutes to find this book and I was standing in front of this book for a long time before I realized, oh, these are them, because I was looking for those like classic white covers that the series originally came in, but they had a little bit of a makeover. I think these covers are so cool, particularly the spines I think are amazing. Also, this is just like a very well put together paperback. It just feels really good. I don't know if that's weird. I'm very excited to read this book. I feel like this is such a beloved YA fantasy series. I also know that it's pretty emotional and packs a punch. We have a romance subplot. I think that this book is going to be right up my alley. So I hope I love it. If I do, I will definitely buy the rest of the series. And then the final book that I got at the indie bookstore is also by Sabaa Tahir, and that is Air. So this is her newest release. I believe this is the start of a new series, and it's a multi-POV fantasy. Once again, we do have a little bit of a romance subplot, and I've just seen people saying that it's fantastic. So I'm excited. I've never read anything by Sabaa Tahir, so I have 2 books by her. I hope that I enjoy both of them. All right, and then let's go through the books that I bought at Barnes & Noble. First up is Blue Sisters by Coco Malors. So Coco Malors wrote Frankenstein and Cleopatra, which is a book I read, I want to say 2 years ago now, but it was really great literary fiction. It kind of gives me Sally Rooney vibes. And when I heard that she had a new release coming out, I knew I had to get it, especially because it does focus on sisters. I love books that focus on sisters. As someone who has a sister, it's just a theme that I really gravitate towards. So I'm really excited for this book. I also think the cover is just so cool, so I hope I like this. I also picked up The Dagger in the Flame by Catherine Doyle. I've had a few of you comment on my videos talking about this book, and I've received a few messages as well. And then when I was at Barnes & Noble, the employees were like, oh, have you heard of this book? It's new. It's their YA book club pick. So I decided to grab it. This is a YA fantasy romance subplot, and we do have warring families, which is a, I guess, like microtrope, you could call it, that I find myself just very into. I just think it's super fun. It makes the stakes really high. And I don't know if this is going to give us a little like Romeo and Juliet situation, but I'm looking forward to this. Then I picked up A Reign of Rose by Kate Golden. This is the finale of the Sacred Stones trilogy. Really excited to pick this book up. The second book I liked a little bit less than the first book, but the ending of the second book was insane, and I'm very curious to see how are we going to get out of that situation, and also how are we going to wrap up a lot of what we have going on, because things are a bit of a mess in the world right now. But I'm excited to read this. Also, this author announced that she is coming out with a new series. I want to say probably in 2025, and it's like an urban fantasy, and it's being compared to Crescent City. So I am so excited for that. I definitely want to finish this before the end of the year, just while the second book is still fresh in my mind. So hopefully this is good. And then last but certainly not least is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. She is beautiful. I love the gilded font, and I've seen pictures of the map, which looked absolutely gorgeous. Oh yeah, I love this map. This is so beautiful, and this is so cool to see the traditionally published version of this book. So wild. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this. I'm also so excited for the second book in the series to come out. I do think it comes out in 2025 as well. It's gonna be so good. All right, my loves, so that is going to be it for this book shopping video. I think I am putting myself on a book buying ban for the rest of the year, other than Carissa Broadbent's newest release. I have to get that book, but I have been waiting to buy all of these books, and I am so glad that I did that today, and I'm so glad that I got to take you all along with me. If you made it to this point in the video and you wanted to let me know, go ahead and leave the dragon emoji. Please make sure that you're following me on Instagram and Goodreads. They're always linked down below. I really appreciate that you watched this video. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. I love you all so much, and I will catch you guys in the next one.